This is very unusual. Such a big campus for 250 students.
But really
this is a good size.
It's fine. Yeah, it's for the purpose it works. Yeah, so a lot of us joke, you say EF is education first. We like to say it's also our extended family.
Extended family,
yes,
okay.
Exactly. Preparation, that may be the number one feature, but it's life preparation. It's living and...
This is such a good idea, to have that whole wall.
The most overlooked but important things is the cleanliness.
Many of our clients are curious. What do school dorms look like in the USA? How do they differ from boarding schools in other countries? For instance, at EF Academy in New York, some students go straight to breakfast in their pajamas because their rooms are located right next to the dining hall. How convenient is that? By the way, if you're curious about what and where American students eat, we have a video on that topic also available on our channel. Now let's talk about the living conditions in school dorms in the USA, and not just talk about them, but show you everything. We'll start with the rooms we just mentioned.
Most of this is all dorms for grade 11 and 12. So actually the grade 11 and 12 dorm is attached to the same building where the dining hall is. So it's nice on a Sunday, you can roll out of bed in your pajamas, if they're appropriate pajamas.
Dress in pajamas in the middle of the day.
Slippers and pajamas.
and come to the dining hall and have some brunch on the weekend.
Can we see some of the rooms?
Yes, I have a model room that I can show you.
Model room, okay.
Yeah, we set it up because, again, for privacy, we don't show you a room where there's actual students and their belongings, but we set one up so that you can get a better impression.
So are they singles, doubles, or...
Triples.
Triples, all of them triples.
Yeah, well, you can pay more if you want a double or a single. They're the same room, just with fewer roommates, though. But yeah, you can pay extra for that. But so we like students, we think it's good to have roommates. My favorite is the double. I think that's a really nice middle ground. I think a single, while it's nice, it's a little bit maybe lonely at night. So better to at least have some roommate.
It's like a sleepover every day.
Exactly. All right.
And how many boarders do you have at one time?
About 240. And then we have maybe 10 day students. So we're mostly boarding.
So you have in total 250, yeah?
Yes, exactly.
Such a big campus for 250 students.
I know. Well, we've got some room to grow.
That's so lucky.
So, I mean, if it's 300 next year, great. That's fine.
What's the capacity then?
I mean, the capacity is like 850.
Wow.
Oh, is it?
But we're going to grow responsibly and make sure that we have mission-appropriate students. So right now, we're still a relatively small boarding school. But the school is also 15 years old. So there are other schools that have been around for 115 years, where the idea is that we're kind of a modern version of traditional boarding school. So we are still preparing students for university, just most boarding schools do. But again, with this multicultural immersion twist, which is very modern and not something that we're really used to seeing. And it's very exciting. That's why I've stayed here for 10 years.
You did?
Yeah. So I started here January 200014. So it'll be almost 10 years. From early on. So this is a typical dorm room. Again, set up like a typical triple room. We provide the linens, so students don't need to bring sheets or blankets or anything. They can bring something if they have their favorites.
Okay.
Yeah, they're generally pretty comfortable and pretty sturdy. These drawers come out very far underneath, so this is where the primary storage is for the students. Whoever has to climb up to the top bunk, they get this dresser instead, because they don't have the drawers. So that's their prize for going up and down the ladder to go to sleep.
Okay.
But yeah, every student has their own desk. The desk has a lock on it, so that if they need to put their cash or computer or jewelry away, they can do that.
They can do that.
Most of the rooms have a view similar to this, where we look out over a quiet courtyard space.
Are they climate control? Yeah.
Yes, they do within a range. So I think it's between 68 and 72 Fahrenheit that they can choose.
Within the reason.
Within reason,
You
exactly.
don't want to make a sauna here or a fridge, yeah?
Right. Yeah, no. We actually don't let you have a fridge unless you have a medical reason.
Since we're on the topic of climate control, let's talk a bit about the weather in New York. Winters are notably chilly and humid. As summer arrives, it replaces the chill with a robust warmth. Spring offers a delightful reprieve, with the sweet scents of blooms wafting from places like the Botanical Garden. And in autumn, the air is crisp and fresh. It's essential for visitors to remember that New York's weather is famously unpredictable, with conditions that can shift dramatically within hours. Keep this in mind when planning your trip. Now let's return to the dormitories at the EF Academy.
So yeah, no, and then it's like a hotel bathroom, kind of. You know, it has the same kind of feel to it. And the shower and the tub as well.
And then bath as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And pardon appearance a little bit. We don't clean this room as often because students don't actually live here. We have it set up. So
Yeah,
like the watercolor is a little bit funny, but
Yeah, it's a model room. Okay.
yeah, exactly. But now we recognize the rooms are not massive, but the whole point is students don't actually spend that much time in their dorm room. They're really
this
here.
This is a good size
It's
room.
fine. Yeah, it's for the purpose it works. So you're basically here to sleep. You're here to do homework maybe, and then you're here to like shower and get dressed in the morning. Otherwise, we hope you're actually out in the lounges or in the dining hall or in the athletic facilities, the library, or theater. Exactly. There's so many places on campus to be that are not your dorm room. So this is really just your home base where you keep your stuff. But otherwise, we hope that you actually get outside your room more. Great. And another thing I want to highlight is we have these 3 flags on the wall kind of as a reminder is that we intentionally combine different nationality and language groups together in our dorms.
Yeah, makes sense.
Exactly. In this case, we have, I believe, Nigeria, Taiwan, and Germany, or Belgium. I think this one's Belgium. But the idea is that the common tongue of the room will be English.
Yeah.
Right? So, for example, if you happen to come from Kazakhstan,
You won't
have a
Russian.
roommate from exactly. You won't have a roommate from Russia
Very clever.
or Ukraine. You'd probably maybe have a roommate from Mexico and a roommate from Vietnam, for example, right? Or any combination. We're up to 50 nationalities among the 250 students that are here. So
For some reason, some schools do not recognize that Kazakhstanians speak Russian, same as Ukrainians speak Russian. you
right.
know?
Obviously, there's differentiation there too.
Yeah.
But yes, because we do want to encourage the use of the English language as much as possible.
Well done.
And ironically, of course, our American students would like to maybe learn some other languages. So if you happen to have a roommate who's American, maybe you speak a couple of languages with that person. Laundry. I mean, this isn't the fanciest part of the tour, but it's functional. Just as good to know that there are, of course, places for students that actually do their laundry.
But they do it themselves.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Of course, if they have a problem or a difficulty,
Good
they can
skills
ask them.
before university.
Exactly. And this is the part that people sometimes forget is that going to a boarding school is not just academic preparation. That may be the number one feature, but it's a life preparation. It's living and how do you manage your time and even things like laundry. Hopefully it's clean in there. I never look in the laundry machines. All
And
right.
do they have to pay for it?
They do this year. So, and that's going to be changing though for next year. Next year, it's going to be included in the student life fee. So that's a change being made.
But do they get the instructions of how to do the?
Yeah.
They have to follow. No, not how to use the machinery. You know, some kids probably before coming here, they've never done this before.
Right.
So someone has to at least tell them separate color and
Right.
white. You know.
So we would encourage their parents to have that talk with them
Okay.
before they come. But of course, a dorm parent can help too if they're really confused.
Dorm parents.
Yeah, exactly.
Living in student residences is an excellent life experience for school students. It helps them become more independent, learn how to take care of themselves, and show mutual respect. Many students at EF Academy New York even describe their roommates as a second family. After graduation, these friendships often last for many years. By the way, EF Academy provides rooms and even cottages on campus for its staff members, like one big happy family. Take a look for yourself.
So in fact, like this, do you see this? This is a teacher's apartment. So
Okay.
about half of the teachers do live at school. I'm in the other half. I live off campus, but half of them do live here.
Interesting.
So, and this is their whole family. They have, so Jack is the teacher. He actually teaches science, and then his wife, Jo, and then his children, JJ and Angel. And Angel's actually a student here. Yeah. So we do have some families that live at school.
Yeah,
You can always cut us if you want. But
Cottages.
yeah, so these are basically faculty housing. We call it the faculty village. So these were built in 2020. So even though they're small, they're very, very modern, especially on the inside. So it's a nice place for a teacher to live. And actually, one cool thing about EF Academy New York is that every single member of the school's leadership team lives on campus.
This is very unusual, you know. You're like a proper boarding school, not just for your students.
Yes, we're a proper boarding school.
Yeah, but
I don't know what your impression was before. This is a proper boarding school.
no, I did not expect to see this. And,
Yeah.
All right.
And so in the smaller houses, that's really for a couple, right? So just a married couple can live there, or a single person. And the other side is for a smaller family, if they want, that has children. But yeah, we built these houses so that, because the real estate market in the New York area is very, very tight and very expensive. So it actually helps us to recruit better teachers if we can provide them housing.
Yeah.
So that's really important. You don't have to be from New York to work here. You can come from another place and be really talented, and we can provide that housing. And then you don't have to pay rent or a mortgage. So it's actually really helpful for us.
So you made it very attractive for teachers as well.
Yeah, they get to live in Westchester County, New York and not pay rent. It's nice. So we do get some really good teachers this way. But yeah, so Vladimir, the head of the school, Dr. Kuskovsky, he technically lives off campus, but walking distance. He's 7 minutes. He only drives if it's raining.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we have the head of residential and community life, the head of the academic dean, the IB coordinator, even the campus director and the head of cleaning, and housekeeping. They're all here. They all live kind of on campus.
You're like one big family.
Yeah. So a lot of us joke, you say EF is education first. We like to say it's also our extended family.
Extended family.
Yes,
okay.
Exactly. And that's the nice thing about, a smaller boarding school. I don't mean small in terms of the acreage. I mean small in terms of the community, with 250 students and about 55 faculty. It does feel like an extended family. It's really not this massive, university type space.
Yeah.
It's preparation for university, but in a place that's actually more comfortable and approachable for most teenagers, that especially if they've never been abroad before. We want to make sure that they're actually comfortable and have attention.
Having this setting, you probably can exercise this trick or treat experience here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, students, I was going to say, I'm not sure. I wonder if from New York, I know our Pasadena students actually do go trick-or-treating, but that's because there's so many houses so close by. Yeah. Here, the houses are further away. We have so much land.
You can knock at the doors.
Yeah, they can trick-or-treat with the teachers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's true.
This level of care for teachers really impressed us. Wow. Schools usually don't highlight these kinds of details on their websites. That's exactly why, at Mariotti, we believe that the only way to truly evaluate a school is by visiting it in person, rather than relying on information found online or at promotional education fairs. We've visited hundreds of schools worldwide. Check out our channel, and you'll see I am not exaggerating. We choose only best of the best for our clients. Details on how to contact us can be found in the description below this video. Now, let's have a look at another school's dormitory.
This is South Hall. So we call it this because it's south of the main building, and this is for grade 9 and 10 students only. So we actually don't let older students in the building. They're not allowed. We want the younger students to have their own space.
So what age is this again?
It's usually ages like 14 to 16.
14 to 16.
And then the other building would be like 16 to 19, basically. 16 is the weird middle one where you can technically be 16 in grade 10, but the beginning of grade 11 as well. So yeah, I would say 14 to 16 are living in this building. And it's either boys' floor or girls' floor. So the building is co-ed, but the floor is not. The floor is single gender.
Are they allowed to visit each other?
Not in their rooms.
Not in the rooms.
No, in the lounges. In the lounges is okay. Until a certain time. And then after a certain time, we say you have to be on your floor. Because this is different. So in the main building, with the older students, they have the bathrooms in the room. Are these lounge spaces on every floor as well? There's actually 3 lounges on every floor. So again, we want to get students out of their dorm room, unless it's homework or sleeping time. And again, they can maybe hook up a computer and do like a movie or games. And the house parents, the dorm parents will also definitely have like floor meetings every Sunday with the students.
Of course, they have to socialize.
Yeah, that's the point, right? Why go to an international boarding school if you're going to keep all to yourself?
New generation kids. Actually, this is a good question I have for you.
All right.
What's your policy and rules related to using gadgets?
No phones.
We're actually a very flexible school
Cell phone.
when it comes to cell phones.
Yeah.
So We know some very old traditional boarding schools actually take your phone away. We don't do that. No, we think that in 2023 that teenagers actually have to learn how to manage their device in an appropriate way. There's something that we see as excessive or risky. Like if we hear reports of cyberbullying, for example, we have a right to go through students' phones and social media accounts, but only if there's a suspicion of this. Also, a lot of our students live far away from home when they're here. So we don't want to remove their device if that's how they're staying in touch with their family, right? So you can imagine that maybe it's 7 a.m. here in New York, but it's already the afternoon in Almaty. So it's okay for them to use their device to say hello to their friends and family back home.
Of course.
So no, we don't take their device away.
But do you filter your internet content? Besides the...
no, some of it is... Because they can, of course, access sites that are meant for adults only, right? So there are certain sites that would be blocked that are considered inappropriate for students. But most of the internet is available to them, I would say.
Okay.
And they do a lot of research on their devices as well. So, no, we don't take their devices away.
No matter how great the living conditions in school dorms, the weather outside, or the family-like atmosphere in the school itself, the staff at EF Academy New York understand how difficult it can be for parents to send their children to study abroad. That's why there is a secure online parent portal in place. Through this platform, parents can stay in regular contact with their children, monitor their schedules, grades, attendance, and receive regular updates from the school's staff and teachers.
And then here we have the demo room for the grade 9 and 10. So this is the typical dorm room. Students here would be in a triple, or maybe they upgrade to a double. We don't let younger students have singles. We think that's actually a bad idea. We want them to have some roommate. But the way we set this up, and these are all real photos from past school years, by the way. Nothing here is actually fake. We just set it up.
This is such a good idea, to have that whole wall.
Right.
They can put up anything they want, right?
Pretty much. Yeah, as long as it's not really offensive or something.
Exactly.
But yeah, they can put up photos from home, posters, all kinds of things. So the idea is we wanted to set up the room to show students that you can make your room pretty cool and interesting if you want. Because otherwise it's very plain and very blank. So you should think about how you want to decorate your space, maybe get a couple of plants, again, some photos or posters to make your room more interesting. But yeah, this is the standard room. Again, a triple room. The ceilings are very high, so you're not going to hit your head when you're, even if you have the top bunk. You've got tons of storage underneath. So these, each student has 2 drawers and a dresser in these grade 9 and 10 rooms. Now, of course, what you don't see in the room is a bathroom, which is why we recommend getting flip-flops and a basket like this, so that you can actually be like a proper dormitory student and then go to the restroom to take care of that business as you go. And we'll show you that next.
Most boarding schools in UK is the same setting, so...
Right.
No bathrooms in
Yes, but what I'll show you, and what will make more sense is...
Can we see what the bathroom...
Yes, let's go ahead. Now yes, it says women, but we close this dorm during the day. So there's no students here right now during the daytime. We open the dorm again after school.
So they're not allowed into their rooms during the school day?
They're not. They're not,
That's a good idea.
It helps us keep better track.
Unless they feel poorly or something.
Yeah, well, then they go to the nurse, and we have an infirmary. So they stay in the nurse's hallway as they do this. So you can see how clean everything is.
Yes, it's clean.
So EF Academy, I have to say, as an adult who's been working here for almost a decade, one of the most overlooked but important things is the cleanliness. So the cleaning staff here is incredible. They're called Sterile Med. And we were lucky enough to get a contract with them the first week of March 2020. So right before the pandemic really hit New York very hard, we already had a contract with these people that their specialty is cleaning hospitals. So they
I was going to say,
sanitize.
this is a hospital standard clean.
It's really, really clean here. So I think a lot of people do actually respect and appreciate that. I know I do. It's one of the cleanest places always. They're always
two shower rooms,
So these would be the toilet side.
A toilet
and then this is if we need it. If we're full, we can open this as a third toilet and shower. We usually don't need that though.
So there are not queues.
No, there's no queues. And then so you can see like the showers are, again, they're individual and
private
so
as
you
well.
can close these curtains and have total privacy. You're not naked in front of all of your friends.
And put your towel here, and yeah, that's good.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're hanging your towel outside or the hook over there, exactly.
And it is very clean.
Yeah, that's important. We don't want you getting any toe fungus in the bathroom or anything like this.
And you have this water fountain as everywhere, yeah?
Yeah, no, we definitely support using your own water bottle if you can.
Is that filtered water? It's not just a tap water.
Oh, it's filtered. Yeah.
It's filtered
These are
water.
these are special machines that do that. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Although the tap water is safe.
Yes, sir. It's safe.
Is it? Is it
Yeah,
safe in
you
the
can
US
drink tap.
state?
Yeah, you can drink tap water here, no problem. It may not taste as good.
Thanks for watching this video right to the end. Feel free to reach out for a consultation. We'll help you find the best international school, college, or university. Don't delay, as preparation takes time. So if you want to avoid rushing, get in touch with us as soon as possible. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Once again, thank you for watching.